Welcome to Center of Light. Light. My aim, as always, even tonight, I got a cat on my head, is to be crystal clear. Wow, that looks cool. Crystal clear. In fact, I got my son a cat today. Kitten. Look at me now. I love cats. I love kittens. Oh my God. Give me a kitten and my heart just simply melts. So we got the kitten this morning. My son had no idea. Last week, 4 or 5 days ago, 5 days, 6 days ago, I bought him a laptop computer. It's what he wanted. I said, great. He used it for a couple of days and put it under his bed because it was getting hot and all this stuff. He goes, I just don't want it. So it dawned upon me to get my son a kitten. We walked to the house. He had no idea. And when he realized what was happening, I literally saw him shift. No laptop, basically, can ever touch this thing. So I got my son a brand new kitten today, and he wants to name it Crystal. It's gorgeous. Welcome to the Center of Light, all my friend. Tonight is the final of this series, titled Center of Light Power. Center of Light always, but I changed that word, the last word. Tonight is, and the night before, and the night before that, was Center of Light Power. Arise, awake, and unite. God on earth. Clarion called all of us. But fortunate are we to hear it. Hello, Tony Meharry. Hello, Kelly Bauman. Hello, everyone. I will acknowledge you shortly. I'm in my role. Arise, awake, unite. Tonight is part 3, graduation. Doesn't mean we're graduating right now. We can. We can do it tomorrow. We can do it next week. We can do it next year. We can do it in 10 years. Doesn't matter. The universe is not in a hurry. You will eventually go back home to God. It's already decided. In fact, you're still there. If you're not there, you couldn't be here. Where do you think the here of it all comes from? It comes from the there of it all. So you're literally projecting yourself, your light, your vehicle onto this earth plane. That is already a done deal. The next done deal is the next level. And the next level is to bring that there here and make that a done deal. That's called the heaven on earth prophecy. So hello, Tony, brother. Hello, Gail. Hello, Darlene. Charlene. Chucky, Duncan, Vose. Everyone who's here. Let's see who's here on YouTube. Rena and Kelly. Beautiful ladies. I love you both. Gail, Dana. Carl Laperon. Ashki. Sana. So tonight we're speaking about Center of Light. Power. The third installment in this series, Arise, Awake, and Unite. First was initiation, coming to a place in our life where we understand what's happening. Oh, I see. It's logical. And then we go to last night's presentation, which is integration, which is, I actually understand. Really understanding. Integrate, making a sandwich. A spiritual love nugget sandwich, because you're becoming sandwiched with God. You're becoming sandwiched with Divine Parent. Let me do something. I had a serious crash, so I'm changing a few things on you. There we go. That looks better. You saw the thing move over. That's my OCD kicking in. I don't have OCD. I'm just using that. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm having fun tonight. I had a beautiful day, still am, with my son, who's so loving. He allows his dad to do this for hours upon hours at a time every day. He deserved that cat. I knew he wanted one because he missed his since he left his mom's and couldn't live with his dad. Carl Welch, what's up, my bro? All right, let's get into some of the thick. So let me give you the skinny on the thick. Center of Light Power. Arise, Awake, Unite, Part 3, Graduation. This God realized man on earth today, ninth time he's been on the earth. He was the first God-realized man to ever walk on the face of the earth, thousands upon thousands of years ago. You don't have to believe it. It's okay. Entertain it. Even if you think it's a fiction, that's okay. That's enough for now. He sent a message to me today via my sister Anjana to tell everyone God on earth today has called for universal prayer tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock our time if you're Central Time. If you're Central Time, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We need, could, should chant Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. Karonathaha. This is why. This is in Sanskrit or Telugu. No, it's in Sanskrit. Talk about old language of God. Maybe chant this particular chant for 10 minutes or so. Let me say that again to my best attempt. And it doesn't matter if you know exactly how to say it. You can say peanut butter and jelly sandwich because your mind already associates with your soul, already vibrates with what I said in an ancient way. But let me say it again anyway. Govinda, like Jesus, was born into a very humble family. Jesus was born into a family that, was it lambs and sheeps, I think? And likewise, Govinda was born into a family of goat herders. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. This is for protection against the coronavirus. Hello, Anastasia. Hello, Carl Welch, my brother. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm going to grab this link now. You can choose not to wake up because you want to sleep in, or you can choose to simply be a part of this connecting to the world, to God, safety, prayer. But this coronavirus prayer is not necessarily about the coronavirus, protection from the coronavirus. This entire experience we are happening is called corona. That's the deal. Give me 1 second. I want to change something. There we go. So this whole experience is called coronavirus. Do we understand? So let me keep reading. My instructions from God, Swamiji, right here, on earth today. It's in Sanskrit. 10 minutes, chant this word, these words. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. In fact, I'm going to grab these words and put them into the forum. Everyone on YouTube, coming to you. This is for protection against coronavirus. Coronavirus is not necessarily the virus. It's the experience we're all going through. Because what's happening is all under the umbrella of said coronavirus. Okay. Carl says, really? Question mark, question mark? What does that mean, my friend? So let me continue with my instructions from Swamiji. People are chanting it for 108 times. 1 plus 8 is 9, which is the divine number. The chant is also going to be broadcast live by TV Asia. The people will be speaking in Telugu language, so it will be a bit challenging. But if you allow yourself to fall into it, you will understand it on a level that you may not have before, because you're opening up the gate with intention, your heart. Just say, God, I don't care about the language. Fill me inside. That's the idea. The prayer is asking Govinda, the other name for Vishnu, who is the sustainer of the universe in the Hindu Trinity, for protection against the virus. Vishnu is the protector of the universe and comes down on earth as various incarnations of Rama, Krishna, Swamiji, Jesus, Buddha, therefore, so on and so on and so on. Louis, what's up, my bro? Anastasia Dominguez says, thanks, because I would remember that. I wouldn't remember that otherwise. Anastasia, my family origin on my mother's side is from the Dominican Republic. And my mother's maiden name was Domang. We're from South Louisiana, Domang. But the name was changed when they came to America from the Dominican Republic, from the language of, meaning Dominguez. Tony Mahara says, I'm working tomorrow morning, but we'll take a break at 9 and say this prayer. God bless you, Tony. And you can invite Jesus. You can just sit there, and in your intention right now by what you wrote, bro. No, you didn't write it. You spoke it here. In your intention to simply be in that space to say, Dear Lord, whatever you are called on levels and languages I don't understand, I'm asking you to blanket this world with something beautiful in the form of healing so that we can all begin to move forward in this life and do what we came here to do. That is delicious, dude. Yes, Carl, that's it. So, obviously, the universal language is not English. English only came along so many thousands of years ago when the language was invented. How much truth from the ancient world of God got lost? I can give you an example. Tell someone a story and tell them to tell 20 people the same story. And after the 20th person, have them come whisper it in your ear. See if it sounds the same. That word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God in the beginning. And through all of it all, since the very beginning, we've lost so much. So much was lost in translation. But guess what the word beginning actually really means? Or alludes to, or points directly to, that many people may not know. The beginning actually points to ignorance. Chew on that stick of dynamite. The beginning means ignorance. I'll explain. When we were with the One, or actually the Nothing, 0 point, God, Yah, there was no beginning. Because in that is infinity. So there is no beginning and there is no end. It's just complete, absolute, spiritual, expansive, infinite wholeness. So there's no beginning because you're in the consciousness with God where we still are. We just don't remember. So there's no beginning because we know everything because we are children who decided to come down here and play on the playground of earth, to play in the spiritual sandbox or the garden of the soul. And when we made that choice, that's called the beginning. And that's when ignorance came in. Remember those metaphorical or real, it doesn't matter, people in the garden? Adam and Eve, who made the choice to eat of the tree of knowledge? That was the beginning. And notice what it says in Genesis about when they decided to eat from the tree of knowledge. When they were children of God, they still are, but they're naked and had no shame. Naked implying innocence. No shame. I can look at you, Eve, and I can look at you, Adam, and there's no... It's just a simple relationship of beautiful. But when the metaphorical story, or real, doesn't matter, happened, it was a landmark for a beginning of Conscious separation from God. That is the original sin. Conscious separation from God. Sin doesn't mean. Sin means simply a mistake. Not being able to see the light by a choice that we have made. And it became addictive. So when the beginning happened, we became ignorant. That's when man, or the metaphorical Adam and Eve and man, fell from grace. So beginning means ignorance. And obviously when we die, the end of this life, we go back to at least a higher level of the garden, to where we remember our deceased loved ones. In fact, they're right there. And we remember the buildings that are taller than any buildings on earth and made out of what we would call crystal. And the mountains are 1,000 times higher than the mountains. It's all self-created within you. Whatever is beautiful. And when you get better at it, when you center of light power, arise, awake, unite into the garden of your soul, the garden of your essence, coming home to God, when you get better at being back on the other side, so to speak, maybe the mountains and the tall buildings will just simply disappear. Maybe it'll look like a planet or a star system you've always wanted to see being born. Or maybe it'll look like whatever it looks like. It doesn't matter, because now you are conscious in the Creator. And as a conscious now Creator, all that happens for you when you graduate is exactly that. You get exactly what you want. But right now down here on earth, we are still getting exactly what we want. But when we get it, it's truly not exactly what we want. Tony, that is amazing. Sin means self-inflicting nonsense. Dude. Digging it. Darlene says, hello, beauties. Again, hello, Rena. Hello, Kelly. Tonight is Center of Light Power. Arise, awake, unite. Part 3 of a series I've done 2 nights ago, last night, and tonight is the final, at least for now. I can wake up tomorrow and that can change. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, Central Time. There is a link. I'm going to post it again. No, yes, but here's the mantra. Let me grab the link. Just know the link is in this form. Hello, Krista. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, the mantra is 10 minutes, 108 times or more. It'll take you 10 minutes. Well, you can do it. You can do it while you're doing your job or whatever, while you're taking a shower. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. Govinda Rakshamam Karonathaha. That is invoking the universal Lord of Protector of the Hindi Trinity. You can call it Jesus, it doesn't matter. But these words have power. We all know that words have power. So when we utter these vibrations, things become affected. You affect the world greater in your silence than you do when we are moving around. We affect the world greater in our silence than when we are moving around. Because when we be still and know our parent, be still and know that I'm God. Being still means don't move around. It means be quiet. Shh. And quiet doesn't mean only with that. Quiet means just be quiet. Quieten the monkey-minded, self-inflicted sin, as Tony said. When we're in that space, then the ripple that moves out into the divine ocean of the world, everyone gets more and more affected, like the butterfly effect. Tonight we're speaking about Center of Light Power. Arise, awaken, unite. That's the purpose of the beautiful diversity of humanity, is that people are black, people are brown, people are red, people are white, people are green, plaid, purple, polka dot, checkerboard. It doesn't matter. Everyone has a gift. Everyone is unique. Hello, Snowflake. Everyone has a mission. Even if it's simply to be a witness, that's important. Because without an audience, there's no need for a teacher or a speaker or a movie or a song. Everything has its component and its beautiful place in this beautiful song we call the universe. The universe, una meaning one, verse meaning song. Universe, one song. Everything is just one beautiful divine song. But what about all the stuff happening in the world? It is not as ugly as you may think it to be. And it requires everyone to open up the garden gate with the love key and move it to graduation. This new world is not out here. That's the old world still karmically reflecting itself to us from things that have not completely resolved yet. But when it's done, it's gone. Just drop. It's going to be gone. Simply gone. But not for those who are still hanging on. Simply still hanging on. The new world is all about the human being. The new world is simply about being human. The new world is about the human being simply human. That's it. Welcome to the other side. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard Yanava. I love handing out keys, spiritual keys, to get to the gate. Simply turn it. It's an attitude adjustment. You don't have to learn all of this ridiculous pseudo-spirituality stuff. It's cool because it's fun. It's not necessary. You being happy is the most necessary thing that can ever happen. In your life, at least, is it not? Doesn't everyone want to be blissful? Even the people who are creating misery in the world? Because it's all they know. They try to find the most miserable scenario so they can be happy. Because everybody wants to feel something. No one. Some people may call it, I want to be numb. They don't. Everyone wants to feel. And feel, not only does everyone want to feel, they want to feel infinitely. They want to feel to the nth degree. And for some people, that's all they know how to conjure up and feel. We all want to feel. So guess what? That's what the new world is. You get what you want. You get exactly what you want. You get to feel to the hilt because the window is so open. The stimuli coming through it will make you feel whatever it is you choose to think. Fragrant or stink. I'm going to play some Peter Coyle, my brother from Ireland. What a beautiful song. It's very simple. It's not perfect as far as in a recording situation, but that's the beauty of it. It's just very organic, sitting around a microphone with this old sounding acoustic guitar. But the spirit that comes from it is truly divine. Take a listen. Peter Coyle. Love is here.
Through darkness into light, love has seen the world around you for the great place that it is. Love is here, it's here to stay. It's here for everyone around the world, each and every day. Love is true, love is pure. And if you find yourself in love, my friend, you'll feel the love for sure. Love is you, love is me. Love is everything about your life that makes you wanna be. Yeah, love is here, it's here to stay. Yes, love is love. Love is waking with a smile each day when things ain't going right. Love is being there for the ones you love, through darkness into light. Love is seeing the world around you for the great place that it is. Love is being there for each other when there's problems with the kids. Love is here, it's here to stay. It's here for everyone around the world each and every day. Love is true, love is pure. And if you find yourself in love, my friend, you'll feel the love much more. Love is you, love is me. Love is everything about our lives that makes us wanna be. Yeah, love is here, it's here to stay. Yes, love is love. Yeah, love is here, it's here to stay. Yes, love is love.
Celebrate. There's a time to love and a time to trust and a time to know you are loved. Time to know you are loved. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate what you are. It's time to celebrate who you are. It's time to celebrate that you are.
Welcome back to Center of Light, where my aim My aim, right dead in the eye. And intention is to always, dear Lord, not only be clear for the sake of clarity, but to be so clear there's no more disparity. That your divine lover, your divine parent says, I've been waiting on you to pick up the phone. I'm going to offer something to you. Tonight we have been speaking, the last 3 days, including tonight, I have been speaking about center of light power. Sounds cocky. Good. Cocky gets your attention. Center of light. It's not me. It's actually you. It's actually we. But it's really you because wherever you go, you are. It will be that way forever. Wherever you go, you are forever. Up, down, in, out, hot, cold, right, left. It doesn't matter. Wherever you go, you are. Forever. So it's you. Center of light is you. And the center of you is the light. Isn't that where God is? Seek ye the kingdom of God within. I am in my Father is in me, and I am in you. There's nothing else you can do to get yourself out of this conundrum. You can try forever. Good. Try forever. The first step towards 1,000. If my path is going to take me 1,000 years, I'm going to get to stepping. Versus get to stepping. And the intention of stepping is 50%. Now you got only 50% left. Congratulations. Spirituality and getting home to your God, divine parent, through Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Muslim, whatever it is. It's not hard. It's not meant to be hard. The universe is simple. Everything is simply laid out. How can it not be? How can difficulty sustain the universe? It's impossible. Difficult. You think this machine is just turning and the wrenches are getting old and the gears are getting old and they need to be oiled every so often? And there's difficulty? The infrastructure of the divine that lives in everyone. It's a perfect system. Perfect in every way. The song by Lavender Soul from my original group you just heard. Let the love of God fall upon you. It's always been that way. Time to celebrate who you are. You're perfect in every way. There is no other path. You can call it what you want. You can go at it the way you want to. God bless you that you're doing that. Gets us out of the noise. Shh. So tonight is graduation. What is graduation? Let me tell you what graduation is. Through this crazy analogy, it just, again, I'm sharing this with you because I want everyone, listen to me very carefully. I want hello JR, Nake, Carlos, Adana, Link, Heather. I want to share this with you. I got a cat in my head, y'all. I want to share this with you. How this happens for me. It happens to you as well. When you do what you love and all of a sudden you know how to make this certain move because you're a dancer or a musician and two musicians fire off and the drums and the bass are exactly the same thing. Tony knows what I'm talking about. All you musicians, everyone knows what I'm talking about. When you're doing what you love, something else happens. What is that something else? Isn't that important? Isn't that more of what we are than just the melancholy shit? I want to know what that something is. And I want to investigate. I want to become one with it. I want to learn so much about it and from it that what I know as me gets shattered. That's how you become a musician. That's how you become a teacher of any sort. A chef, a gardener. You don't know anything until you are instilled in, still and all, stilled like a fine alcohol, a still. Maybe that's why they call it spirits. How did I just come up with this crazy idea? And these things I'm saying, I'm in this energy. I'm playing with it. I'm molding it. All these rhymes, all these ways of manipulating words to make multiple points. This is not it is a Brad Keith moment. You should brag yourself when you're in your divine holy instant moment. So what happens to me when I go about this delivery in this way is I feel something that is a teaching tool, metaphorical, parable, analogous, so forth and so on. Sometimes, and actually believe it, there is so much power in information in semantics. Well, people just go, that's semantics. You're just using a bunch of words that sound important. Of course I am. You understand that. Or you're hearing the language beyond the semantics. That's the other dialogue. So what I want to offer you tonight, center of light power. Arise, arise. When we choose to step up, we move 50%. When we awake, it's like, oh my God, would you please put some more syrup on my pancakes? And then you move into graduation. If you are truly interested in graduating, I'm not there yet. I don't care how long it takes. It may take 10,000 more years, but this mofo is walking forward as if my next step plants me into the garden. Get me? Of course you do. So what I want to do, and this strange idea that came to me, it comes to me in packets. A packet of information, a packet of light, if you will. In fact, I don't even know what I'm going to say. I didn't write this down. You can see it and write it down. I'm not reading anything. I'm looking directly at you. But what this is analogous to is, let's say for your whole life, every time you touched, we know the saying, you'll hold on to it like a hot potato. Right? Okay, everybody, I get that. Yeah, I know what that is. Hold on to it like a hot potato. But let's say every time, for whatever reasons, whatever the reasons are, your whole life, every time someone threw you a potato, you caught it and you put it down. Caution, 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 hot, 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 hot. Trouble, 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 trouble. But potato is food. It's manna. It saved the Irish in times of war. That's all they had to eat. So is a potato truly hot, 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 hot? Or is it spiritual manna? So my point analogously is, if you truly want God, the divine, if you want to live in the garden forever, starting right now, it's simply, how will you respond if I throw you even a cool or cold potato? And you catch it. Even though it's not hot, by default, you're going to let go of the opportunity that was granted to you, which is the garden, via the potato. It's just hot. In fact, the reason they could keep elephants in a circus, at a circus, in a circus, by simply tying a rope around their leg to something with the elephant, doesn't even have to even think about it. He can just, in fact, if the elephant decided to, this is how effective and brainwashed this is, or potato washed this is. When an elephant is raised very young, he's shackled and anchored and cannot move. Cannot move. Cannot move. As he gets older, they just simply tie a simple rope around his foot. If he farted, the stake would come out of the ground. But he doesn't move. Because he's never tried. He's been instilled with nonsense. And he doesn't allow himself, with all of his power, hello Ganesh, to be able to, he doesn't believe that he has mobility. I just threw you a potato. Hot potato, hot metaphorical potato. Did you allow yourself to truly catch it? This is analogous to religion. And some beliefs about it. It's also analogous to everything else in our life. You have to want this thing, which is nothing at all. You have to want this nothing so emphatically that you're willing to resurrect via a death. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be. Here's the point entirely. Here's the point entirely. Though it's truly not meant to be a physical death, It's meant for you to die as what you know yourself to be, to graduate into the infinite light of what always is. But here comes the question. I am throwing you that fucking hot potato right now. Are you going to blow your hands off or trust that the potato is Luke? Join the force, Luke. Warm. The Goldilocks zone, that which is comfortable. Do you trust? So here's your metaphorical potato. Are you willing to physically die? No one wants to die. I want to live. And I want to live consciously. Living has nothing to do with being alive in a meat suit. That's not what living is. That's called being alive. Living is living in the space of the garden. So the metaphorical hot potato I just threw is, are you willing to die to be full-blown conscious? That's kind of the question. Yeah, but you already missed it. The door's shut. Doesn't mean that in asking the door to open that I'm given permission to die, which you actually really are. It means you've simply set yourself free like the elephant who realizes it's just a simple rope around his foot. That's graduation. Integration is a belief. And initiation is a belief, an idea, a seed, a potential, a simple potential. Integration is, I'm starting to water this seed and cover it with soil, and sprouts are beginning to happen. Graduation is eating the beans. It's harvesting the food and eating the spiritual manna. That's graduation. Didn't you not plant the seed, tend to the garden of your soul, until it's time to eat? Well, now it's time to eat. You have an intention. I want to wake up. Watering the plant is, oh my God, I'm waking up. I'm waking up out of the earth like a plant. That's what we've all done. We've all come to earth, and since we've been seated here, we've been waking up depending on however old you are. So we're waking up. So are we becoming truly a full-fledged human divine plant? When we do, then comes harvest season, and then you can eat your carrots. Then you can eat your broccoli. Then you can eat your strawberries. And then you can reap what you have sown. Hello, Kelly Renando. I like it, Kelly. Kelly says she's catching that potato. She's going to trust it's not going to burn her hands. All right, moving further into the garden of center of light power. Arise, Awake, Unite, Part 3, Graduation from the Divine Principle, my bestseller. I am going to change the music. It creates a different spirit, different energy, at least it does for me. It's laxed. Lots of empty space. Empty space, listen to this. Empty space is actually what creates music. It's not the notes. The notes may give a lift to the empty space. That's why Pink Floyd or many different types of artists from all styles, you know how good it is by where they're coming from inside. And the notes are just a byproduct, or the beats are a byproduct of where they're coming from inside as to why certain people like certain things and certain people don't like certain things. But it's the empty space that creates the possibility and gives grace to the actual, what we would call music. So I changed the music. That's right, Tony. Tony says if you are scared of dying, you are truly not living. Carl says it's in of the world as we know it. Oh, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. For my bestseller, The Divine Principle, Arise, Awake, Unite. This is speaking to me. This is one of the first chapters, one of my first transmissions from Spirit in 1996. But this applies to everyone. It's not about me. It's about you. Your life is about you. Analogously, because we see each other in each other, this is truly a message to you. Spirit says, yes, all of your lives, but it says your life. Yes, all of your life I have watched you bounce back and forth between these two extremes in hopes of finding your true self. I come to you now because you have exhibited such passion to live a better life. I come to you because of your newly awakened, arise, awake, unite, because of your newly awakened love for me and because of my love for you. You see, you and I are not different at all, for we share the same intention to chip away at the beliefs that you thought were set in stone and to carve you into the most beautiful masterpiece you've ever known, God. Keith, I cannot begin to tell you the ways your life will change, nor can I allay all of your worries about what may happen when this book circulates. In fact, it is likely that you will be deluged with confusing feelings, this applies to everyone, but I can tell you that I am here. When we know who walks beside us at all moments, we will never be afraid again. But I can tell you that I am here to help you with all that may be troubling you, and that for the rest of your life, I shall guide you so that you can play your part in making the world a better place. Even though right now you have no idea what you will do with what you are beginning to receive, it is enough for you to know that this message comes from God. Fret not about those who may doubt you or scoff at what you say, for they may not be ready to hear it. You can put your mind and heart at ease nonetheless, knowing that everyone walks the path at their own pace. This applies to everyone. As I pour my light into your mind and my love into your heart. Wow. Just make a supreme effort. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, including death, to live. Be willing to remain open, relaxed, and aware in every moment, even when I am speaking directly to other people. Only then can you integrate, which we talked about last night, all of my information and eventually graduate. Hello, Christine. Hello, Gail. Center of light. You are it. There is nothing else. What else could you possibly want? You have to want that which you are at your essence so much that you're willing to do whatever it takes, including eating piles of dog shit. No one wants to die. Are you willing to die to live? That's graduation. Because guess what? Everything that you think is right, wrong, in, out, up, down, holy, blasphemous, true, false, good, evil. When you stand in the presence of the infinite, it all simply turns to nonsense. It turns to mush. And it requires us simply to hush. And to hush. And to hush. And to hush. See, all these gestures I make, I do them deliberately. It's because, not because I'm trying to show off something. It's because when I fall into the energy of this level of spirit, my body just naturally takes this form. When I think about God and falling inside, my hand just naturally wants to say, I had enough. Shh. I'm in my heart. That's why it's here. It has myriad of meanings because I'm not scared to express myself, wondering about how people receive me. I don't give a flying rat's ass. That's part of your entry into the garden. You think God gives a flying rat's ass about what people think in its natural state? It says when you're ready to come home, simply come home. Well, how do we go home? You got to simply be just like your parent to become your parent. Junior. It's not hard. It was never hard. It was never hard In fact, we were so hard on ourselves, we didn't feel deserving or worthy. And it's right, literally right under our nose the whole time. And we think we're living in stink. But that same rose bush that you keep getting pricked with does have a fragrance. Have you truly smelled that which is right under your own nose? I am leaving this world. Not because I don't like it. Because I don't like it. But I'm moving into another world. Slowly. I'm taking the patch. It helps me with my withdrawals. But I'm definitely letting go. That world is not coming back. We're all graduating to some degree. I guarantee no one is in initiation mode anymore. Maybe. But no one is really in initiating mode anymore. We're in integration mode. Right, wrong, in, out, up, down, hot, cold. Doesn't matter. Everyone's now integrating a new something. Well, instead of integrating that new something unconsciously, I am consciously going to contact my divine mother and father and say, I don't understand anything anymore as I know it. Would you please, dear Lord, please show it to me. And it's not about just simply going, I'm praying and I'm praying, I'm praying. That's not it at all. This formal prayer, dear Lord Jesus Christ, Buddha, my grandmother, that's not it at all. That's not it at all. What is it? It's this. And I'm not saying you're not doing that. I'm asking, supporting that when you fall inside, it's not the words you use. It's the space that you choose. And it's just simply, you don't have to speak. You don't have to allow words even to move through your mind. In fact, that garbles things up. As I said, the new world is not about seeing. It's about feeling and being and freeing that aspect of you, of God, that's truly in its spiritual, natural, wild, sporadic state. But in that sporadic is a balance. But it's definitely not pigeonholed. It's raw. It can become whatever it wants, whenever it wants. In fact, it's everything already. That's how raw and unbridled and organic it is. So if I want to be with my maker, and my maker is loving, compassionate, supporting, of service to everyone and everything, raw, natural, organic, and unbridled, then simply I have to become those very simple qualities myself in order to recognize the parent that left me when I was a child. You bastard. But the parent didn't leave. We left the parent. So when we realize that, wow, to become a fireman, I have to do what firemen do. To become a musician, I have to play with music as the musician learned for themselves. If I want to become a chef, I have to go to culinary school. If you want to become a spiritual, truly illumined divine aspirant, it's not really per se about praying, dear Lord, that's victimization. Here's correct prayer, in my opinion. Not just, dear Lord, take this from me. It's, dear Lord, empower me so I can release myself and resurrect to the level my masters has asked me and showed me how to do thousands upon thousands of years ago, so I can become an instrument of peace. Jesus, Krishna, Sai Baba on my arm, Swamiji. You want to recognize a true teacher of God, no matter who they are. It doesn't exempt Jesus or any teacher for that matter, because it's not about that. It's not about separation. It's about unity. So if God is the resource of peace, love, power, compassion, unity, this, that, and the other, then obviously anyone that speaks or represents peace, love, compassion, this, that, and the other comes from the very source of the one that is the personification of all of it. So God has come to earth many times, and you are one of them. Are you willing to illumine? That's the question. Initiate, integrate, graduate. The Trinity. Father initiates everything. Are you listening? This is coming to me in this moment. And I feel the energy and it fills me inside. Listen to me. Initiate, integrate, graduate. Father initiates everything. You can call it the Big Bang or the beginning of the physical universe as we know it. Father, initiate. I'm going to plant a seed in your mother and you will be born. Father planted a seed on the Gaia, Mother Earth, and you were born. That's integrate. So Divine Father, initiate. And then Son, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Father, initiate. Son, doesn't mean just men. It's the Son of Man, Son of God. Would be the integration process of the learning, or the remembering and the forgetfulness when we left the Godhead. Father, initiate, drops a seed. You are born, we are born. Integrate. And now that we're here, we have always had the choice as Jesus, as Buddha, as Krishna, as Swamiji, as Satya Sai Baba, this one, Paramahansa Yogananda, Ananda Mayi Ma, everyone, you, me, and everyone, is to move into the level of graduation. Father, Son, and as Lavender Soul said, let the love of God fall upon you. It has always been that way. That would be the Holy Spirit. That when I described earlier, when it comes upon me, it falls upon me. It feels like I'm being draped with the simple, majestic royal cloth. Not because I'm better than anyone, because I'm better nobility-wise for myself. That should be everyone's motivating factor. Father, initiation, dropping the seed, the idea. Integration is the birth of you. Holy Spirit is graduation. The death of you back to the Father, which is the initiator. Infinite lives we have lived in infinity. Back to integration again. Back to graduation again. Back to the Father. The universe recycles. It has no need to waste anything. You've been doing this a very, very long time. For an eternity, in fact. Now, you can stop the looping process anytime you consciously choose. You can't stop the looping process when you unconsciously choose, because you're unconscious. And unconsciousness always brings karma that says, remember me? You asked me to give you a wake-up call at 4:30 this morning because you had to go to work. Because you're no longer playing, you're working, you're stressing, and you're living in difficulty. So karma says, hello. Once we make the full circle, Father, initiative, the Son, the integration, to the Holy Spirit that descends upon us and drapes us, then we can stop the process because we're conscious. And guess what? You're never going to stop the process, even though you're conscious. Because one day in eternity, you will get eternally bored. Because before, we were eternal. Somehow, we got bored. That level of living in ultimate bliss will always be. But there will always be the choice, that free will choice that we have been given. Blessed is every soul that has ever been born, is now, and forever be. To simply decide. And God says, I love you so beyond measure. Why would I say no? Tony Meharry, hello Dagny, hello Christine. Tony says, let your love shine and all around you will see. You don't have to explain a thing to those around you or say a word. Your light shines within you. Kaboom. What's up, Bob? So tonight we have been speaking about Center of Light Power, the third in the series, initiation, integration, and graduation. I'll tell you where I am. If I'm going to use this as a scale, I'm way beyond initiation. Integration, I'm leaving. I'm free now in the garden between what I would call, because I know how it feels to be me, you know how it feels to be you. I'm leaving integration. I'm moving into graduation. I don't know exactly where, but I'm definitely leaning into the graduation energy. At least in the form of not only an understanding, that's initiation, but it's integrating here. And I begin to feel it in my feeling base. That's the new world, is feeling. Being human, simply being human. You are a human being. No more doing, no more human doing. Human being. So we have to be still and know. And when we be still and we know, oh my God, then we don't want to make any more noise. In fact, we want to stop. Wow, I was just still. And now I know. Oh my God, now I know I want to be even more still. And oh my God, the more I know. And the more I know, oh my God, I want to be even more still. And oh my God, I want to know. And you turn within yourself. And it creates a feedback loop, actually, is what it is. It's a feedback loop, like a speaker and a microphone. The sound goes into the speaker, into the microphone, out of the speaker. And it creates a loop. We have all been duped about this world since our birth. That is the nature of Maya, the illusion, or the devil. The devil is real, mind you, for those who allow their mind to believe in that very reality. Devil's not real for those who are 100% focused on God. In the 100% focus of God, what do you see? How can a devil even exist for you or touch you when you are completely focused on God so much that your thoughts, words, deeds, actions, heart, everything you do, everything you say, everything you say, everything you think, what do you think you're becoming? Is it becoming of you? Are you becoming it? Are you allowing it to let the love of God fall upon you? It's always been that way for every person. If you are truly steadfast focused, 100% on the light, the darkness doesn't exist. Look at the dark. Well, my face is light because I'm radiated light like you. But when I outshine the radiated light we call human onto this screen, watch what happens. What we know as Keith, as the individual, simply disappears. It just simply disappears. It's a beautiful space. It's where your divine parent wants to give you all the grace by kissing you on your beautiful face. There's nothing else. Hi, Beth. She says, thank you. I am so lost. Beth. I'm going to smack you on your spiritual hiney. Hear me because I love you. You're not lost. Not when I'm around. You're not lost. You need me? You just contact me. You're not lost. In fact, even if I wonder, you're not lost. You're in perfect placement always. But what you're really trying to say, and it will truly help you to change that dialogue. Now, I understand you might be using those words to reach me to say, Keith, this is where I'm at. I understand that. Thank you. But if you're using this dialogue in the form of thinking that way, that's not what you are. You not, I am lost. I am is always found. Amazing grace. So if you're saying, I'm somewhat confused right now about things, just thinking about it that way will change your dynamic. It will truly change your dynamic. Because you will no longer identify with that devil. Because your focus is 100% on the light. How can the darkness exist when you are focused on the light? This room is very dark right now. I jacked up the lens for my camera because I like it dark. I like the moody. But when I simply shine this light in this room, that darkness just simply does not exist. It doesn't exist. In fact, it has no choice in the matter. It just doesn't have a choice. In fact, there's nothing he can say to me as the light. I am the light. Keith Blank is the light. You're the light. And I'm holding this lightsaber and I'm using it to find my way in the darkness. And the darkness has no choice but to say, yes, master, I will disappear from your sight. As above, so below. On forever it will go. That is moving into the level of the truth, the absolute truth, that which is everything, always has been, is, and forever be. You can call it what you like. In fact, it's been calling you. In fact, using names actually sullies and soils the sacred. It's almost as if I should be quiet because I don't know shit. I should be quiet because it's sacred to do so. It's reverent to be humble. So it's really an attitude shift from all that to something else which might look something like this. However that is for you, this is how it is for me. So there's a language being spoken between you and I by simply my demonstration of how it is for me to be in what I call that space. When whatever that space looks like for you is revealed to other people, as I am changing you, or at least dialoguing with you non-verbally, they will understand the same language. You think your children learn by you telling them something? Your children's learning years. And when they don't understand a word coming out of your mouth. Likewise. I'm going to be right back, going to final segment. I am going to go in what I call vessel mode. I am always in vessel mode. I do close my eyes for effect, because it does affect me. It helps me to get rid of the distraction of seeing, which is probably out of all the senses, the sight is the most distracting. In fact, out of all the senses, smell is the most attracting. It will bring you back to a space and moment in your life. I haven't smelled this in 35 years. I was 12 years old. And it will truly bring you back. So I close my eyes for that reason at least. But I'll close my eyes also for intention. I want to be still and know. And in my years of practicing, expanding these spiritual muscles, as all of you do, at least in some way or another, I fall into this space that I truly don't want to leave. Be right back. Center of light power. Arise, my dear friends. Awaken, unite with your loving divine parent. Guess what? Your divine parent will love you no greater when you're good than when you're bad. You sinful human being, you. You are loved equally. Period. God's love does not waver. In fact, if anyone believes in a God's love that would waver, it's not the highest and it's not the absolute. There is a vibration, a reality, where there is a love so pure and so constant, it holds everything together, even those things we see as terrible. Because without that love in Creator, everything would simply disappear. So obviously, we have work to do to understand the enigma of that which we call God or the divine. God doesn't change, except everything else changes. God is stable, absolute. It's an anchor that moors. It has to be. But its faces or facades are forever. The anchor is the light, which God is. And the facades, or everything in creation, that move by the promptings of Creator. And let me tell you one more secret before I go to song break. You don't have free will of anything. Chew on that. You think, and you were told, you have free will. You don't. Well, Keith, I have free will. No, you don't. You take God out of the equation, your free will does not exist. You have choices. Said differently to make this analogous point. The free will that we think we have is one of two choices. I can make my choices using the level of consciousness that I have, or I can make one choice to let the consciousness that is forever move me and make me a pawn of peace. That's the only free will you have. There is nothing else. Be easy on yourself. Be right back. Some Lavender Soul. Let's see what we got. Bernard Dissect, my singing bro. Tony knows Bernard. We're going to do a new album. Tony, I'd love you to be a part of this if we can get out and actually put some microphones on some drums. Lavender Soul, Till You Walk By. Check it out. Sax comes out just raspy and blaring. Really cool.
Hanging on the wall of doubt till you walk by. Something happened inside my heart when you walk by. You know I never knew love. What did I dream of until you walk by? Until you walk by. Till you walk by. I saw you walk through the door. What could I do? My heart hit the floor when you walked in the room. You know I never knew love. What did I dream of till you walk by? You know I never knew love. What did I dream of till you walk by? Till you walk by. Till you walk hanging on the wall of doubt until you walk by. Something happened inside my heart when you walk by. You know I never knew love. What did I dream of till you walk by? You know I never knew love. What did I dream of till you walk by? Till you walk by. Till you walk by. Till you walk by. Till you walk
Welcome back, Katia, to Center of Light. Good to see you. I'm gonna go inside, but I don't know why this is happening. I do. I know the dance of spirit. And let me refresh this real quick. One moment. Welcome to Center of Light. Arise, awake, and unite. Where did it go? Where is my Facebook feed? 1 second. No, it's still on. It may show. Either way, welcome to Center of Light. I'm going to make a point. Tony knows this. Let me see if Tony's still here. He's gonna chuckle. And this is truly for a point. It says Tony's here. Good. I like living my life. I like having fun. I drink, I smoke, I live, I play, I pray, I say, I'm quiet. So let me, through this strange way of being honest, being vulnerable, you can run away, I don't care. But I care about you. For the sake of this analogy, it's not about a sinful disposition gives you the reward or punishment system. That is nonsense. In fact, it's so beyond nonsense, I can prove it to you. Initiation. There's a virus. Integration. People awaken up and says, there may be a something, but it ain't what you are telling us it is. And likewise, see that? That's tequila. I love me some tequila. I drink tequila. I love tequila. The point I'm making is, when I go into vessel mode, is to express and show a something, to demonstrate a something. And that something is, I am not the Keith that I was many, many years ago. Lost, afraid, jealous, insecure, this, that, the other, your mom, your dad, your brother, your mother. I'm not that anymore. In fact, I still quote sin often. So when I go into vessel mode, what comes out of me has integrated itself through my initiation, through my baptism into the light. I've integrated it. Because if I was a sinful person, how could what comes out of me be so effective? The rhymes that happen and the multiple entendres that happen in all these fashions and fragments of spirit, putting these packets of light into me, into you, into we. So it's not about the sin, it's about the integration of the spirit via your intention. So speaking about integration of spirit via intention, I'm going to intake some spirits and allow you to see what still exists in me and exist in we. God bless you. Honest and bold it is. Don't let it mean anything other than described. As the scribe, as Keith or Yanava, vulnerably puts himself as what you call out there every day. Doesn't make him better. It makes him better at being himself. Are you doing that yourself? Tony Meharry declared he is. God bless you. He has, and you have recognized that. You are now in integration phase. This is true for many of you. It's long overdue. Are you stirring the divine stew in the pot so the divine ladle can cradle you yet again? You have always been cradled. When you understand who walks beside you, you will never be afraid again. Yet again and again and again and again and again and again and again, you find yourself simply afraid. And simply, it's a simple choice. And you keep simply making it. And mistaking it, thinking that it will protect you. In fact, it throws you directly into the experience, does it not? Corona came out. Oh my God! Toilet paper, food, toilet paper, crude, rude. People have become in the seeking of the idolatry. Always take care of yourself, of course. Don't get lost in the madness. Find yourself in the gladness. You don't want to be in the sadness. You have been sad far too long. Ding dong. The spiritual doorbell has been rung. Let your bell be rung. Ring you out of this madness. If you're waiting for dialogue, don't wait. Just be in that space. Simply. There's more being said in the space than in the utterances you know as Keith. Listen carefully. squint with your hearing if you have to. Or not, which is more like this. It's an unfolding, yet still a molding of a new experience, wanting something different. Initiation, understanding that there are laws, if you will, rules to follow. Integration, which is following those laws and or rules. Check this out. Graduation is breaking all the rules. But you have to walk before you can run. Graduation means there are no more rules. You're united with parent. It's apparent to the vessel. Is it apparent to you? You only get what you are. You only get what you are. You will forever get exactly what you are. It requires one to see them as a star, as a bright shining light, divine power, love, and might to get exactly what you want consciously. There is nothing else. Do you see yourself in this regard? Are you simple, soft, or are you hard on yourself? Day after day, dismay after dismay. You can always choose to play in the garden, or you can simply let that beautiful, delicious heart of yours harden. Wow! What you see transpiring is not only through to the vessel, it's happening to you. Are you not the one taking this in? It's a mirror, simply a mirror. The roles can be reversed at any moment. And whatever you do, at every moment. Many of you are shifting. Many of you are lifting. Many of you are choosing to be one that is drifting in the divine cosmic current that holds everything together. Initiation, Father, integration, your birth, graduation, back to the Father. It's called the Trinity. And the third component, graduation, is the descension. It makes sense to you to see the Holy Spirit in that way, as if you're being descended upon, which is really not what happens, but it works. Let the love of God fall upon you. It's always been that way. It's a world apart from a man in fear, but there might be a better way to appear. There's a time to love, a time to trust, and a time to know who you are. Graduate. It's simply an attitude. Feel it? You feel it. You deal it. And then you heal it. In closing, for now, as you see it to be, there's never any closing, ever. There is no such thing as closure for anyone. Never. The universe and God is always expanding. There's never closure. But yet, exposure of the light that constantly dwells within you and expresses itself. Monkey-minded or muddled, clarity or cuddled. There is a fire moving in your heart right now as Spirit is actually bellowing its flame within everyone that hears this presentation, be it now or in the future. They're all at the same moment. The flame within your heart in this presentation, as you experience this vessel, not Keith, but the vessel, meaning the body cavity, the biotrack that is expressing this divine wisdom to you, is simply saying, there's no way from this point forth you will never not be affected by what is affecting you in this moment. Seeds have been planted. Father, initiation, integrate, and graduate. Don't be late. The window is closing. You can want what you want. I have no idea what's coming through me in this moment. You can want what you want, all you want. But what you really want is nothing